But listen up, Manchester United and Chelsea fans, what do you make of this? The two clubs are considering a swap deal involving Alejandro Garnacho and Christopher Nkunku.
According to Sky in Germany, there is no final decision, but it is something that has been discussed. Manchester United have also been in discussions with Napoli over a transfer for Garnacho. He's a player Chelsea have been watching closely. The winger's agents were in attendance at Stamford Bridge on Monday.
Well, as for Nkunku, before the talk of a possible swap with Garnacho, it's understood discussions had been held with intermediaries about a move to Old Trafford. Chelsea value Nkunku at around £70 million.
Welcome to the Premier League indeed. Sky, Michael, welcome along to the two of you. Michael, let's just start with Manchester United and interesting developments tonight on a Chelsea player.
Yeah, interesting indeed. This broke around 6 o'clock this evening, the last hour. Chelsea forward Christopher Nkunku is a potential target for Manchester United in this window. Now, talks are understood to have been held between intermediaries about a move. Now, they don't want to sell Nkunku, but his
The biggest problem right now is that the coach keeps repeating the same tactics that clearly aren't working.
Now, he's
week
in a player
after week,
United
we're watching the same 3-4-2-1 setup, and week after week, the results remain disappointing. It's frustrating for the fans, and it raises serious questions about his flexibility and adaptability at the top level. Now, when you look at great modern managers, they've always been willing to adapt. Take Xabi Alonso as a perfect example. When he first arrived at Real Madrid, he didn't stubbornly force his 3-4-2-1 onto the players immediately. He realized very quickly that the squad was better suited to a 4-3-3. He allowed that system to breathe. He allowed the players to feel comfortable, and from there, he built his own style. That is the mark of a manager who understands balance between his philosophy and the reality of the squad he's working with. And this is the Premier League, not the Portuguese league. The level of competition is brutal here. Every mistake gets punished. Every tactical flaw gets exposed. You cannot simply stick to one system and hope it will click with time. You have to evolve. You have to innovate. And above all, you have to respect the nature of the league you're working in. Ask yourself this. How many coaches in the Premier League are really flourishing with a 3-4-2-1 system? Not many. It's not a formation that consistently thrives in this environment. The intensity, the pressing, the athleticism of the league often requires different structures, whether that's the balance of a 4-3-3, the solidity of a 4-2-3-1, or even the unpredictability of a 3-5-2. Sticking to a 3-4-2-1 in every game is like banging your head against a brick wall. The outcome will never change. There's an old saying that perfectly applies here. If you don't change the systems that produce the results you don't want, you'll keep experiencing the results you don't want. Right now, that is exactly the trap this coach has fallen into. The same tactical setup, the same failings, and the same poor results. Fans don't see progression. They don't see hope. They just see stubbornness. Think back to Sir Alex Ferguson, one of the greatest managers football has ever seen. Ferguson was never tied down to one tactical shape. He could use 2 or even 3 tactical adjustments in a single match if the situation demanded it. He adapted to his players, he adapted to his opponents, and that's one of the key reasons why he dominated English football for so long. So the message is clear. If this coach truly wants to succeed in the Premier League, he needs to take a long, hard look at his approach. The 3-4-2-1 is not working, and the longer he clings to it, the more damaging it will be, not just for him, but for the entire club. Change isn't a weakness, it's a necessity. The Premier League rewards managers who evolve and punishes those who don't. Right now, the choice is simple. Adapt or get left behind.
Manchester United and Chelsea with Alejandro Garnacho just now. The interest is there, no official offer.
Far, meanwhile, this summer. God, again, Jan, it's a lot of ins and outs.
You mean the best club in the world? This is the best club in the world.
Yes, indeed. Don't start the Chelsea fans. Get angry.
Why shouldn't I'm just waiting for Shaka's power ranking of the Premier League now is quite interesting. But you have to say to them they are fair to their kind of plan. They have a defined kind of players they want to get in. But when we now see that they are linked to Xavi Simons, I mean, that is Nkunku again, isn't it? I mean, yes, Nkunku had his injuries, but there is something about that. We were talking about how you spend your money. Go for the big ones, I understand. Go for the biggest talents, yes, I understand. But if you take these players, I mean, Joao Felix is the best example, isn't he? You just get a feeling, when did he last have a 5-6 games where he played well? He's one of those floaters. He's just floating around between the big clubs, and now we end up in the Saudis. So Chelsea, they are truthful to their strategy, but I'm not sure that they have to take all the numbers they do. I mean, go for the big ones, but I can't understand why they have to go for so many of them.
You've seen Simons play more than us, Jan. How would you describe him? How would he fit in the Premier League? He's only 22.
Yeah, yes, he is. And I mean, it's unfair. I mean, in our time, we need him to be good straight away. Back in the days, this was a young kid who will take his time and improve to be a good player. Now you're going to be a finished article. I'm not sure about Simons, that he will take the next step. How will he do Chelsea better? You just get a feeling that they have that kind of personality, and I use the phrase personality for a reason. There's so many players on that personal level. He's a brilliant player, but is he able to take the next step into that? He's been linked to Bayern Munich. He's been linked to different clubs. Will he take the next step? And don't they have that kind of type of player in their team?
Will he take the next step, Jan, in your opinion?
You made a valid point. He's 22. I mean, there are players now world-class who were on loan. Martin Ødegaard were on loan, came back, took the next step. Real Sociedad, captain of Arsenal. You never know by these players. But there's something about Xavi Simons' temperament I'm not 100% convinced of. Is he the guy that can go from being a good player and then turn himself into the great player? I mean, there are some players you see that potential. I'm not sure about Xavi Simons.
What about Hatta? What can you tell us about him, Jan?
The Ajax defender. They
is that it?
Yeah, we are talking about the same guy. Yes. I have to put on my glasses now.
Yes.
They say he's the biggest talent in Europe in terms of defense. I saw, because I knew we were going to talk a bit about him, so I did a bit searching here. Here it is anyway. And he's played 112 appearances in 3 seasons for the Ajax first team. He is 19. They say he's a good player. You see, he's 5'11". And that I do understand, because they say his weakness is headers. The aerial duels is his weakness. But they say in Holland, this is one of the biggest defender talents they've ever had, or for many years. So I guess that's what I mean about Chelsea. If you're interested in one of those, the Xavi Simons will be the guys you already have, you know. But this defender, they say, is the next big thing. So hopefully we'll see you in the Premier League.
Will Chelsea be in the title race come May, Jan?
But that's interesting now, the power ranking. If you do the transfer window now, you will go Liverpool, you will go Arsenal, you will go Chelsea, and then you will go Manchester City.
Chelsea ahead of City.
That is. I think so now. They're the best club in the world, so they have to go for it. So, yeah, Chelsea got to go for it. I'm not sure. It's interesting, but we will talk much more about this when they're getting close. I know Manchester City, by the bookies, are on 3rd position. But have they improved very much? Do they rely that Rodri is coming back? Is Guardiola taking the next step? If you see PSG, all these teams, intense, not so many passes, going for it, counter-attacks. I mean, when was the last time you saw a counter-attack at Manchester City? It's going to be a very interesting season to see if they are able to make the next step in the trend of football. And we say that in a Pep Guardiola, who is always the guy who were ahead of everybody else. I think it's too easy to put it down only to Rodri for Manchester City to take the next step.
So what's more likely, Jan? Chelsea to be in the title race come May, say with 2 or 3 games to go, or Chelsea not making the top 4?
I would say that the confidence they have, I think they will use the Club World Cup to have a fantastic start of the Premier League season. But I still think that there will be a battle for them also to come in top 4, because it's going to be unbelievable tight this season.
Did you answer my question?
No.
No? Would you like to answer the question?
No, I didn't get it. No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't think that Chelsea can take the next step.
Right.
But I'm sure they're doing a lot of right things at Chelsea at the moment. We have to give them credit for that. And we also have to give them credit, although there are people who don't like this Club World Cup, but the way they played in the final, we have to give them a big compliment for that. And if they can take some of that into the new season and use that way of their playing, and Maresca can only get better with this team. So young kids will get them to play the way they want. So I can see Chelsea be up there.
Yeah, remember Chelsea only won the Club World Cup though because of the pitch, according to Stevie. Chelsea fans.
Yeah.